Shooting it raw?
Yes, shooting it raw.
Well, that question made me remember that professional camera I got probably 11 years ago when I was still a student. Just because I'm a very artistic person. I was grew up in Hong Kong and I played piano since I was 5. Like any Asian parents, my mom also sent me to a lot of different classes: painting, sketching, Chinese dance, jazz dance, ice skating, whatever you can think of. I probably did it when I was little. So, therefore, a lot of my hobbies, I think partly shaped by my mom, especially, are more towards art. So, photography to me, I guess it's a way to really express creatively. So I begged my mom for, I guess, a year for her to get me a camera before I moved to California, which where I received my bachelor degrees for communications. So that is also why photography to me it's more of an art expression, I would say. And I usually just take my camera with me to school because California compared to Hong Kong is very different. So I always see a lot of parks around me, a lot of interesting people, especially how they dress, how they wear their hairstyle is very different than what I would normally see in Hong Kong. So what I usually do, I would bring my camera to schools. I'm not too shy of a person, so I actually came up or went up to people and I would start with, "Hey, you look really interesting. I'm from Hong Kong, never seen this kind of style before. Can I take some pictures of you?" Uh, so that's how I met some of my few friends that I first arrived in California, and I still have those pictures with me. Although shamefully, I have to say, after I got the camera, I've only used it for perhaps a couple months, and then I switch it to other stuff, such as playing in the band, which I never thought I would do. But that's also the first thing I did when I moved to California. I joined a band, a jazz band, actually. So I was obviously in keyboard and playing a very different style of music than I would normally play in Hong Kong, which was classical music. So then in college, I also did a lot of really interesting band practice with a diverse group of people, ranging from 20-year-old to 65-year-old, coming from different backgrounds with jazz, with soul, with rock and roll. So that was a really fun transition from photography to music.
Chloe, take a breath. That's awesome.
I tend to speak a lot
That's
or fast.
Chloe Poon. Thank you for joining me on the podcast.
Thank
Okay, right now in Hong Kong, it is very, I'd say, very British weather, right? So it's not a typhoon yet, but it's kind of cold, it's gray, and it's drizzling. You know how it can rain in Hong Kong? It's really, really just endless, endless, endless. So right now, it's just, I'm looking out the window, it's totally gray and razy and drizzling. And I know that you're in the UK, right?
Yes. Currently, I'm in
Yes.
Cornwall.
Yes. So we're going to get to know you by going through your photographs. And thank you so much for joining me. This is great.
Of course, my pleasure. Speak about myself a little bit.
That's awesome. Hey, look, this is great. So can we dive into your photos? I'm really curious to see what you sent.
Definitely.
So is life really a gift? Really? Can you make every second count? That's the whole point of the podcast. So if you like what you've seen and you're inspired, because that really is my mission, then please give it a like, subscribe, and share.
Shooting it raw?
Yes, shooting it raw.